Hi, it is the beginning of the new year, and today I'm out here in my meadow garden. Now, this time of year, there's not a lot to do outside in the garden, especially when we have really cold days. Today, it's a little bit warmer, so I thought I would come out and kind of start making my plans for next year. There's a lot of things to look at, so let's go ahead and get started and make some plans. Up first is the shape of the meadow garden itself. Last year when I started this, I basically created a big square, and it doesn't look very natural. So last fall I mowed off part of this front section to kind of create a nice little wave right here. And it's kind of hard to see right now, but once the grass starts growing again in the spring, I'll start mowing this little area right here, and it'll also help accent the wildflower area that I planted last year. Along those same lines, I want to create an arch back on this end of the garden that kind of extends out this way behind the garage and kind of curves back in on the back side. And I have a specific plan for this area. I want to create an area to attract birds. Last year we saw how the finches were attracted to the grass seed, and I would like to create a spot where I can put a lot of plants that'll create seeds, and also maybe incorporate some bird feeders and bird baths and things like that in the future. And of course, last winter we did an apple tree pruning video, and as you can see, the tree does need some pruning again. I'm not going to prune it quite as heavily this year, but there are some problematic limbs like this one that's growing back toward the center, and then over here we have a couple limbs that are crossing, so those need to be taken care of. But other than that, I kind of want to prune it a little bit lighter this year and hopefully encourage some more growth. Also, I planted this cherry tree last year. It's still getting established, so I'm not going to prune it this year, but I am planning on adding another fruit tree. So in this area, I want to incorporate kind of the meadow aspect of it, but I also want to add in fruit trees. And my plan is to plant a new fruit tree every year until I feel like there's enough in this area. Here's the remains of the wildflower patch that I planted last year. A lot of the wildflowers that I planted are perennials, so they should come back, but my plans are to add more wildflowers this year. And I also want to start incorporating some shrubbery and things like butterfly bushes that'll help attract pollinators. The last thing is my little platform here in my meadow garden. I built this so it's movable, and that way it serves two purposes. First, it creates a nice little seating area out here, and secondly, it kills the grass underneath of it. So this coming spring, I'm going to move this and till up this area and probably plant a little patch of wildflowers or something like that right here in its place. I'll move it to another spot here along the paths. I really like the paths where they are, so I don't think I'm going to move them. That's one thing that I really don't want to change here in the garden. One of the things that I might do is add something like a trellis or something like that at the entrance to the paths, maybe like a little arbor or something decorative. But really, that's all the plans that I have for this area in the coming year.